Hello there, welcome to Quantum MA. Subscribe, 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 subscribe. Usually, this is how far most of you guys listen to or go through in my video. So I thought I'll just fill it up with the word subscribe. So I thought you guys would subscribe. That's pretty much it. This video, I thought of breaking the in-depth. I thought I'll break down. I'll give an in-depth prediction for Ilia Topuria versus Charles Oliveira. But first and foremost, for guys who haven't watched my previous video for that entire fight card, you guys could watch it. I've said who I think is going to win. It's Charles Oliveira. Now, after the in-depth breakdown and prediction, am I going to go with the guy who I think is going to win or no? Let's see this and let's break this down, and I will give you my reasons as well. First of all, I've been through a lot of MMA YouTubers videos thinking they would have broken down something different, something that I didn't see or I couldn't see in the first place. Then I thought, okay, is there anyone who's even remotely picking Charles Oliveira? By the way, there is not a single soul, there is not a single MMA YouTuber who's actually picking Charles Oliveira to win. Good or bad, they are giving Charles Oliveira the credits, but apart from that, all these guys are trying to do is just finish his ass. They are just saying, they are just giving credits for Charles Oliveira, but eventually what everyone is setting up to is probably in the second or the third round Ilia Topuria is going to finish him. Do I see it happening that way? After seeing all those breakdowns, let's see what's going to happen. First of all, let me break this down with some numbers. Let's see how things goes. I'm doing some James Lynn shit over here. Let's see how things goes. Obviously, Tupuria is the younger fighter. Charles Oliveira has been there, done that, who's who of it. And both of them are coming from a win. Ilia Topuria apparently fought Max Holloway, who is returning from his lightweight division. It's a tougher weight cut for him. And moreover, this was in the Middle East as well, where the rehydration timeline is a lot. There is some extra few hours for them to rehydrate. So as a result, it's easy for them to fight. I don't think Ilia Topuria could return to featherweight anytime soon, unless and until he makes some drastic changes. That is there. Then he's a Georgian from Germany. You know how to say. Short guy, 5'7", but I honestly think he's a 5'5" guy. I think 2 inches they usually add. I think he's a 5'5" guy. It's Charles Oliveira's over here. You guys have obviously would have seen the picture of Ilia Topuria next to Chivivi, that disgusting guy. That guy and that Chivivi guy with a bunch of clothes and everything next to Charles Oliveira, by the way. Just he's really big, as one might say. Just stating. And even in the recent interview, if you guys have ever seen or noticed, by the way, I think Ilia Topuria actually said that he thinks he's going to be weighing around 174 to 178 or 179 pounds on fight night. I think most of the lightweights are around more than 186, 187, 188 on fight night, by the way. Even Michael Chandler is 183 to 185 on fight night, by the way. And I think Charles Oliveira must be around 184, 185, 186, somewhere in these regions, by the way. I think he is a big, big guy in terms of light heavyweight. I think it's going to be a really good matchup. Let's see how things goes. I'm breaking it down. Still, we are not there yet. Subscribe in case if you guys have made it this far. For fuck's sake, subscribe, guys. Come on. Don't you want to see at least one fucking Indian in the MMA YouTube site? I know you guys don't want to. At least to shit on someone, there has to be someone, right? Come on, let's be practical, you wankers. That is there. Charles Oliveira's leg reach is really massive, 74, and sorry, that's 41. Sorry, just read it again. It's 41 for him, 37 for Ilia Topuria, and the and the reach for Charles Oliveira is 74. That's a 5-inch reach advantage. I know a lot of guys would say this is almost what even Arman Sarukian had, who he lost to previously, Charles Oliveira. But the thing is, Arman Sarukian was sort of trying to take the matchup to the ground, by the way. And every time I've seen it, not just Charles Oliveira, even against Magomed Ankalaev versus, how do I say, Alex Pereira. Alex Pereira was actually worried about the takedowns that he just stood there. He was unable to do anything drastic, by the way, because your entire idea sort of goes into defending these takedowns. Whatever your IQ is, you think when the takedown is going to show up. So obviously that is there, and I don't think so Ilia Topuria is the type of guy who's going to wrestle that much, because Ilia Topuria is going to go in for the KO, probably try to knock him down, submit him, if not KO, something like that. Apart from that, what else that Charles Oliveira showed a lot of things. He's shown a lot of things, guys. Just saying, yeah, that is there. And yeah, let me go for other things as well. This is win by K. I think this is very skewered as one might say. Charles Oliveira has got more than 45 fights, in the UFC, not just in the UFC as a whole. It's way too many fights, by the way. I don't think so. This should be even considered. But see, the average fight time for Charles Oliveira, I don't think so. Anyone should even go for, how do I say, a decision or anything. I think it's going to be pretty much finish. I think either in the before the third or the fourth round, I think there is going to be a finish in this fight. 45 fights, and this guy has had an average time of 7 minutes and 38. This is tremendous, guys. This is there. Either Charles Oliveira gets finished or he finishes, guys. That's pretty much it. I think two of his longest matchups are against Arman Sarukian, and also the other one was against the first five rounder he ever went in his entire life was against Michael Chandler. By the way, it's like he stick to his game plan. He stuck to his game plan, and he was not ready to go out of anywhere. And significant strikes. I know Ilia Topuria is there. Just it's skewered. Come on, he's got 16 fights. He's got 45 fights. I know, but when I say the things that are in favor of Charles Oliveira, I'm going to say those things mainly because of the fact for 45 fights, nobody can maintain these data set. Let's just be honest about it. That is there. And grappling wise, Charles Oliveira tries to take people down more. Ilia Topuria started down as a grappler. He was early in his career, he was a grappler, by the way. I think he started to focus more on his boxing, his stand up. The boxing muscles are altogether different. They are twitch muscles. Like you need that instant reaction, by the way, from the muscles, from the nerves, so that you could flush KO someone. Whereas for wrestling, it's altogether different. You need to hold a guy down. The blood flow, there is a lot of rhythms in the blood flows which gets changed. When you are a KO guy, it's different, and when you are a wrestler guy, it's altogether different. That's why the chances of a wrestler guy, the finishing abilities of a wrestling guy via KO is pretty less. There I've broken it down. Some quant stuff for guys who are watching who make it through this far. And takedown accuracy is good, defense is good. It just he hasn't been taken down. Which wrestler has he faced apart from Bryce Mitchell? There was one, and I've removed him out of the pocket. That's pretty much it. And look at the submission average, 2.66. I don't think Ilia Topuria would want to go down with Charles Oliveira with the fact, how do I say, without rocking him or without having any advantages of him. And I'm seeing the odds, money line, total rounds, nothing whatsoever. So I think it's high time for us to break things down. Yeah, let's see what are the positives of Ilia Topuria, by the way. KO guy coming off from back-to-back massive wins. He's the guy. I've seen a lot of interview recently, 2-3 interviews of him. I saw he's got the confidence. He's the guy. He's got a lot of other things as well. He's looking out for his future. He needs to win this. He's been doing this for almost like 2-3 years, I must say. And I think, ever since his Max Holloway fight, he's made it pretty clear he wants to go to lightweight, and he wants to win the belt over there. He's been actively building muscle. I hope he doesn't gas us out, by the way. And simultaneously, on the other hand, if you see, it's none other than Charles Oliveira. Charles Oliveira has prepared for a short guy, which is Michael Chandler in his previous matchup, which is almost the similar height of Ilia Topuria, by the way. And even before that, he was preparing for a guy of similar height, by the way, which is Arman Sarukian. Almost similar height, you could keep it. But I feel Arman Sarukian is a much thicker and a much bigger guy compared with these other two guys. Chandler would be big. I'm just saying it, but comparatively, I feel like Arman Sarukian would have been the thicker fighter that day. So that's obviously there. So fighting with a guy who's of this physical, who's like confined to this particular type of physical feature, is not going to be nothing new for Charles Oliveira, because he has faced them back to back in the past matchups. That is there. Then the next thing is, when you guys go on to something in terms of Topuria, is Charles Oliveira's chinny, mate. He's fucking chinny. That is obviously there. It's just Charles Oliveira eats a lot of shot. I rewatched a lot of Dustin Poirier, Justin Gaethje matchups. It's just Charles Oliveira eats a lot of shots. Even against Michael Chandler, in the fifth round, he ate a few shots. I don't think so with Ilia Topuria. It is going to go for the fifth round. That's pretty much is there. And what else to say, mate? Just I could see Ilia Topuria winning. I'm not going to say no. It just people are not giving Charles Oliveira enough credit. It's like there has to be at least one guy who has to pick him. I don't know. I'm at that point, where Charles Oliveira faced Islam Makachev. Everyone was picking Charles Oliveira. Even the Weasel who was getting stuck to Islam Makachev all the time, suddenly he thought, okay, let me pick Charles Oliveira by the way. It's like I know a lot of them are actually saying Ilia Topuria has got like as in he's got multiple chances of finishing Oliveira. Just I don't see it that way. Just think it through, guys. Once Yusuf Zalal started to wrestle with him, just Ilia Topuria knew it's time for me to not engage. It's as if his KO power was not there. Yusuf Zalal was eating a lot of shots, but still he was not KO'd by the way. Against Josh Emmett, Josh Emmett had power by the way, heat in his hands. So Ilia Topuria thought, okay, let me not engage with him that much. That is also there. And surprisingly, Charles Oliveira has got heat in his hands and he's coming with a lot of grappling skills, I must say. And I know the eastern side of wrestling is much better than what people think it is. And I'm saying something. It's if Ilia Tupuria is going to pass the first two rounds, I don't think so. The threat of KO is going to be there anymore. He's not a big guy or anything. He's a small, stocky guy who could hold his own ground. He's a tank of a guy. He's a better version of Volk. I shouldn't say a better version of Volk. It's like minus the technical skills of what Volkanovski has, and he's just increased a lot of KO ability that is obviously there. And what do I see? How do I see this fight going? It just the style for Charles Oliveira is pretty slick. He's got the Muay Thai stance. He's got all the things that is needed to finish Ilia Topuria. I wouldn't be surprised if Charles Oliveira finishes Ilia Topuria. Imagine this. I'm just saying, Ilia Tupuria marches forward, or even I think Ilia Tupuria must have studied the Dustin Poirier fight as well, where Dustin Poirier made Charles Oliveira to walk in front of him, and he was just countering him. The only thing was Dustin didn't want to go down to the ground. I think Ilia Tupuria is going to sort of try and go there and pressure him as well. I don't know how that is going to reflect for Ilia Tupuria. I'm just going to call him Tupuria. It's too much, man. I don't know how that is going to reflect for Tupuria, by the way, but it's just a thing. It's just a thing. Imagine this: they both are coming. Ilia Tupuria is again. I'm calling him Ilia Tupuria. He's just being slick fighter that he is. He's pressuring, and Charles Oliveira goes with a couple of body kicks, high kick, elbows, tries to go in there, clinch with him. Ilia Tupuria goes with a lot of body shots, and he tries to reverse the position. What if out of nowhere Charles Oliveira just lifts one leg off Ilia Topuria and just trips him like how he did with Michael Chandler? I picked Michael Chandler to flash KO, what do you call it as, Charles Oliveira. I was that stupid by the way. And the same guy, I have a weird feeling that whatever I picked Chandler is going to do to Oliveira is what Ilia Topuria is going to do to Oliveira by the way. But I don't know. I could just see this being a battle as well. It's going to be a tough contested battle. Also, I could see it. And UFC needs Oliveira, Topuria to win. So Oliveira's only chances of winning this would probably be via a finish or something and a dominant decision. Even if it's a close decision, I think they are going to give it to Topuria. If it's a dominant decision, then Oliveira gets it. And again, it's like Ilia Topuria comes in there, tries to be slick and tries to charge with him. And one thing I would like to tell you guys is Ilia Topuria is not, he's a KO guy. He goes in there for the KO. He is there for a lot of combinations, like 6 punch combination, 8 punch combination, 9 punch combination, because in MMA, those guys don't do that much. That's mainly because it's a bit weird, and the more you swing, the chances of you finishing someone is less. But he's tweaked his style in such a way that doesn't matter in either of those 6 to 9 punches that he's going to throw. If one punch lands, that's more than enough for him to sort of flash KO. That's what sort of happened with Volkanovski. With Max, he sort of set Max by the way. Max was making the same mistake again and again, and he sort of caught Max, and he's got heat in his sense. More than heat, I think he's got mostly technique by the way. And the only thing that I see here is the jump from 145 to 155 is really big. I know a lot of guys would say something, but it's actually pretty big. And with a 69-inch hand reach, and he needs to generate, Ilia Topuria needs to generate the power from the earth, from the octagon, from his legs, from his knees, from his hip, and he just swings with his entire body, his upper body, his hips, everything goes along with goes with each punch. And maybe in lightweight it might not function like how he thinks it is going to, with a couple of leg kicks from Charles Oliveira, oblique kicks, him trying to take him down. I'm not saying he won't defend. Ilia Topuria would defend a couple of takedowns. Then immediately after that, what happens? 2, 3 takedowns. Even against Bryce Mitchell, Ilia Topuria started swinging. He was missing, but still he was swinging a lot. It's as if he didn't want to be on his back, by the way. Let me go here. Yeah, he didn't want to be on his back, Ilia Topuria. He was just trying to make sure that whatever might happen, that he shouldn't be on his back. What and the thing is, they both were of similar size, and moreover, Bryce Mitchell is a bantamweight. He is not a featherweight, and he is a very thin, lean guy. Charles Oliveira, who's been in lightweight for a long time, he could just take a, sort of trip him, take him down. He really did that quite a lot of times with Michael Chandler, and it is there. I won't say it's not there. It is there. I feel, it's deep kicks. If he flashes forward, there are those knees as well. And Charles Oliveira has got heat in his hands. He is someone who's ready to eat a couple of punches so that he can give one back. And moreover, if Charles Oliveira, okay, he got hit, he can go to his back and expect Topuria to jump on him. And I don't know, maybe maybe Oliveira could do things from the downstairs as well. It just, I don't know about that. I know Topuria is good, but still, once he's become a KO guy, it's hard for someone to, grapple for that long. It might be really complicated. The advantage that Topuria is having is he's a really short guy, so that is obviously there. And he doesn't KO guys just like that. He needs to accumulation of punches are there. Even Volkanovski, a chinny guy, people say he had to eat almost more than 30 plus shots, almost, if I'm not right, to the head, by the way. Topuria was head hunting, and with Oliveira, I think he's going to go for the body first, then try to fool him, then go for the head, by the way. Obviously, that is going to be there. Let's assume Oliveira eats, let's say, somewhere from 10 to 15, or maximum, let's say, 20 shots before he gets flash KO'd. I mean to say, like, he eats 15 to 20 shots to say 10 to 15, let's assume, what happens before that with a couple of shots, Charles Oliveira goes back, he uses a leg kick, he uses the elbow, tries to take him down, does a few things, and maybe Ilia Topuria might not be. That I know, Topuria says, he's going to be 174 to 179. That additional 5, 10, 8 pounds, let's say 6 pounds, let's say, Charles Oliveira has 6 pounds on top of Topuria in terms of grappling. When Oliveira has his back, when he's sort of hugging him, clinching him, it's as if Topuria himself is putting himself on a pressure that within 2 rounds or 1 round I got to finish this guy. If not, it's going to be pretty. It's going to be he knows he's going to win, but somehow it's going to be pretty tough. I could see the fight going either way. And I saw the odds. The odds are making Topuria some kind of a massive favorite. It's as if Charles Oliveira has got zero options, and Charles Oliveira has got a son. I saw Dominic, and he's going to win one for his son. That's something very different, by the way. It's a form of motivation for Charles Oliveira. I don't know. I even saw Ilia Topuria had a cut in his eye. I think in his left eye, by the way. And I'm hyped up for this match, guys. I'm really hyped up for this match. And what do I see is going to happen? I hope Charles Oliveira doesn't get caught mixed with this trash talk and other things. I'm pretty sure Thursday Ilia Topuria is going to talk a lot of shit, because when he faced Islam Makhachev, that was the first time he said, I'm going to kill this guy. And even when the match started, he came running in and he just, sort of thought of doing a drop kick on him, something like that. He tried to jump kick him. It just didn't work in his favor. I think plan of Topuria must be that it could be something like the first real test, how the first real test at middleweight went for Kamzat. Similar to that, it could go for Ilia Topuria, just, sort of grab him, beat the living shit out of him, KO Charles Oliveira. or if not, Charles Oliveira could actually survive the first round. I don't think so. It's even a matter of surviving the first round, guys. Look at this. So, like, stylistically, Charles Oliveira is there. He's got the mutant stance. He comes, he hits a couple of body shots, he punches Topuria. After eating a couple of shots, maybe Oliveira might think, should I go forwards or backwards? That is obviously there. Then after a round or so, maybe Oliveira could feel, okay, he's not punching not harder than Gagey or even Chandler or even Dustin Poirier after the second and the third rounds, I mean to say. So let me push the pace a little bit. And it's a new weight division. And the last time, I know he's improved a lot since, but still, the head kicks are always there. Even Volkanovski was sort of, how do I say? I just got a message. Guys. No guys, see this, but yeah, just yeah. Even against the Volkanovski matchup, he was sort of doing the things. Volkanovski was going for a lot of head kicks. I mean, Topuria has got some good leg kicks. I think he's going to try and do that. And I don't know how it works for Oliveira. Just saying this. Just saying, man. I'm just saying. What a fucking gay thing is that? Yeah. Oh, mate. Nah, I just got some weird ass message. That's why not feeling that great. I'm annoyed a bit. I was happily doing this. See, I'm not gonna say some fucking thing like mind says Oliveira, brain says Topuria. I'm not gonna go with that. Just the more I see, the more I could see Charles Oliveira winning this one. And but all the MMA YouTubers and all the other guys, even a lot of breakdowns, even a few guys that I know, they are all going with Ilia Topuria. Because he is on such massive momentum, by the way, and I'm also going to go with Topuria with this one. But don't count Charles out this. And if Charles wins, please says that I predicted Charles to win. That's pretty much it. All said and done. What is the only weakness that Charles has that Ilia Topuria could actually capitalize on this? Charles Oliveira's chin, and mainly stemming from the fact that Max Holloway was a guy who could never be KO'd, and Topuria KO'd him. May month, Max Holloway fought Justin Gagey. He went 5 rounds with him, leg kicks, other things, and it's 155 pounds. And he needed a decent time off, which Topuria, being a fucking pussy, he didn't give him, by the way. Because even when he faced Volkanovski, it was a quick turnaround for Volkanovski. I think Volkanovski should have taken it. It just, this is how luck works, This is how luck works. That's what happened. He just made a quick turnaround for Volk, by the way, and Volk lost it like an idiot. That's pretty much it. I'm angry with the fact that Volk lost. That's pretty much it. And Charles Oliveira is not. When was Charles Oliveira? Ilia Topuria last time when he faced someone was in the month of October. And Charles Oliveira when he faced someone, when was that? I'm still getting messages. See, this is how funny it is. Yeah. Charles Oliveira when he faced someone, when the fuck was that? October, November, almost similar timelines, by the way. And he went 5 rounds with him. That was not a finish or thing. Almost similar timeline, let's say. That is there. Wait, the more I see, the more I could see like Charles Oliveira winning. Or am I convincing myself that Charles Oliveira is going to win? Fuck it. I'm going to go with Topuria winning this one via first or a second round KO/TKO. I don't think so. He's got, unless and until Charles Oliveira is rocked and Charles Oliveira is weak, I don't think so. Ilia Topuria can do anything to him. But I don't know. It just, there is too much in favor of Charles Oliveira. He's also coming from the same amount of rest. October, November, not that for 20-30 days, something like that. It's a new weight class for Topuria. He's got his, I think he recently moved out from like Asin, they sort of, there was some, I don't want to say discrepancy. He sort of diverted away from his first coach, by the way. I know that guy didn't add much. That's what people say. Some say that he was the one who was giving a lot of game plans, by the way. That is there, obviously. And plus, he is also saying that he's going to be somewhere around 174 to 178, 179 pounds on fight night. I'm pretty sure Charles Oliveira has more than that. And another thing I could see in favor, these are all the things that I see in favor of Charles Oliveira. And the things that I see in favor of Ilia Topuria is Charles Oliveira's chinny. Charles Oliveira is sort of Ilia Topuria could trash talk him and irritate him, uh, just make him feel like a pathetic little shit. And Charles Oliveira comes guns blazing and just Ilia Topuria catches him by the way. Even during the build, I think in one interview, Topuria actually said that what do you call it as? How do I say that Topuria was actually saying something uh, that Charles Oliveira walks forward. So I think he's going to try and focus more on countering. And Charles Oliveira's striking defense is not that great. That's all I'm going to say. And that's pretty much is there. And even when I see the pros and cons, Charles Oliveira is a bit more, guys. I know I should be picking Charles Oliveira after all the things I've said and done, but still I'm gonna go fucking go with Ilia Tupuria because everybody's picking so, and I don't want to be left out from this tide and think this little turd is going to win. That's all I'm gonna say. That's pretty much it. I don't know how many of you guys would have even made it this far, and that's pretty much it. And yeah, in case if you guys have made it this far, please like the video, subscribe to my channel, and I'm going with Tupuria. Either a first or second round KO. If it goes anything beyond these things, and in the first round, if Charles Oliveira fucking wrestles Ilia Topuria, I think another 2 minutes and a half is what Topuria's got in the second round to win. If not, trust me, this fucker from Brazil, this favela guy, is abusing Topuria in the rest of the rounds. I wouldn't be surprised if he finishes him. I think Oliveira might even do some bad things to Topuria if it's past 2 rounds and Topuria has got not what he is, or if he has not got what people think that he's got. That's pretty much it. Please subscribe to my channel.